Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Now, last week, what happened was a person who had watched one of my videos, he reached out to me on LinkedIn. He had been working in security for like around, I think, 10 years. Good technical knowledge, certifications, cloud exposure. But his message was very honest. He said, I feel like I'm doing everything right, but I still feel I'm going to get replaced by AI. And honestly, I think that's what a lot of cybersecurity professionals are feeling right now, which is why I made this video. Part of the reason is that AI is no longer behaving like a simple assistant. It's not like just an assistant. We are starting to see the actual rise of agentic systems. And a good example of this is this. If you haven't read this already, the what recently happened with Anthropic, they have introduced like finance focused AI agents designed to take over work that traditionally belonged to junior analysts and service providers, building pitch decks, screening due diligence files, helping close financial books, researching clients and supporting operations. And like this has really sent a lot of shockwaves throughout the industry, that junior level positions when it comes to finance analysts and things which used to be done by outsourced to service providers. This is being now properly taken over. Anthropic is launching its own agentic AI like focused consulting companies, and Anthropic has described in as complete operational systems. They are composed of skills, connectors to enterprise data, approval workflows. This is a completely different world from like chat gpt helping you to write emails or something like that. So what we are seeing right now is what I would say is like the transition of AI from like productivity to operational architecture. And once AI becomes operational architecture, cybersecurity changes completely, and the value of where you like your value as a cybersecurity professionals, it also changes completely, which is why I made this video. Because once AI becomes operational infrastructure, you're not securing users and applications, you're securing autonomous systems that can make their own decisions. And then your value comes from knowing how to secure these workflows, how these AI agents interacting with other systems and potentially acting at machine speed. This will dramatically increase the value of certain cybersecurity roles, not the roles that are built around closing tickets or filling out Excel files, but the roles that are closest to system design, trust boundaries, identity architecture. And that's the whole point of making this video, that I don't think AI reduces the value of cybersecurity. In many cases, there are many roles that are going to get amplified by cybersecurity. And that's the roles I want you to focus on and I want you to think about for the long term. So before we get started, if you're new to this video, my name is Taimur Ijlal. I'm a senior cybersecurity professional. I've been in cybersecurity for around 20 plus years. And I basically made this channel to help people get into cybersecurity, get ready for the whole AI thing, which is making everybody a bit nervous and scared. So please do like and subscribe to this channel if you find value in this video. So what am I talking about here? So when it comes to AI, in cybersecurity, this is the wrong question to ask. This is what I see people asking. Will AI replace my job? That is the wrong question to ask, because then that is you're looking at it from a negative mindset, right? It makes you nervous. The correct question to ask is this one. Which roles becomes more valuable when AI is handling the execution? When AI is handling all the low level technical tasks, which are the roles which are going to become more valuable? That is your mindset. That is where you need to look at that. How can I make money with this whole AI thing? So, this is what the big shift which people keep missing. That AI, we already know it's awesome at processing information at scale, correlating alerts, triaging logs, enriching indicators, summarizing events. This is not theoretical anymore. And people come to me and they say, no, this is all hype. AI will never take over the level one jobs and all that. This is already happening. I can show you. Uh, this is Microsoft's just recent report on agentic SOC, how they are using agentic SOC within their own company. And if you can see here, Microsoft's own internal security team now uses custom agents to autonomously investigate 75% of incoming incidents. So just to show you, this is not theoretical anymore. This new type of SOC operating model is already out. But that does not mean that jobs are going away, which I'm going to talk about. So, but you first of all, you have to understand is AI is very weak at context. It cannot decide what level of risk is acceptable for your company. It can't, weigh in like the business trade-offs properly, because it's not able to talk to people like the way you can. It can't absorb accountability You can't fire an AI, right? Organizations still need people who will be making these tough decisions, defining acceptable risk, fault tolerance, governance boundaries, where does an AI stop and any human takeover. These decisions have not gotten easier right now. They have become harder, which I'm going to show you, because everything is moving so faster that companies are struggling to keep up. That's the shift which is happening. That the AI is moving so fast and companies are trying to adopt it. They are not able to secure this whole AI wave which is happening. And the roles which sit closest to these decisions, those are the ones which are very, very becoming huge in demand, compounding in value, I would say. So, what roles am I talking about? Let's take a look. The first one is that of the security architect. This is the one I feel which is becoming more and more in demand. One of the strongest examples of roles which have become extremely in demand due to this whole AI amplification. As systems become more autonomous, architecture is becoming more and more important because you want to make sure the design of the system is correct, right, from a security perspective. AI systems, they increase more complexity, more speed, so the architecture is more and more valuable. So just to show you, let's take a look at this one. This is a report from Proofpoint. It's a really good report. You can check it out on the 2026 AI in human risk landscape. So one of the key findings which I found very interesting, as you can see here, 87% of companies, they have AI assistants deployed beyond pilot. 76% are still piloting or rolling out, but only 52% are like 52% are not fully confident that they have enough controls to detect a compromised AI. 42% have already reported a suspicious or confirmed AI related incidents. And so this is where 63% have AI security controls in place. So you can see this is no longer theoretical. More and more companies are putting in these controls and they need people who can help put in these controls. So as a security architect, you will design the blast radius, containment, trust boundaries, the identity controls. They are the people who are thinking how AI systems fail securely, not just like, how to set up an alert in an SIM solution, something like that. So this is why the role of the security architect is becoming more and more important. Now, the other one is that of the detection engineer. So if you haven't heard about this, this is pretty cool. And this is especially where I tell people who are in SOC and they're worried about their jobs going away. AI, it has the ability to execute hundreds of queries across multiple data sources in minutes. We already know that, right? But as you automate more and more, it is going to shift where human beings are needed. Detection and response engineering is becoming more and more central as more and more agentic SOC. So what is detection engineering? So detection engineering is basically where you teach the system what matters instead of just setting up an alert that if this happens, send an email or activate this workflow. You are actually teaching the system about context. They decide, detection engineers, which signals are trustworthy, what is the right context, what is the confidence level. Like I said, you'll think of it as you're onboarding, and just like you would onboard a human level one SOC, you're onboarding the agentic SOC. And and just to show you, this is a recent survey from SANS, like on the state of detection engineering, where they have actually showed how much this thing is taking over. If you're still confused what detection engineering is, this is the long form. Basically, it's a specialized field that combines elements of software engineering, data analysis, SOC, threat intelligence to build and maintain a robust detection capability. Unlike traditional security approaches that often rely on pre-configured, vendor, like you said, the SIM rules, detection engineering emphasizes the development of custom context-aware detections that are tailored to the organization's specific environment, assets, and threat landscape. So this is really cool. And as you can see, around 74% of companies are currently investing in detection engineering because they are realizing that they really need to amp up what the sort of data that is telling them what's going on within their organization. So detection engineering is becoming more and more hot. And honestly, this is what I tell people who are worried about their SOC jobs. The future SOC job looks more like a system engineer than a ticket processor. Think out. Stop thinking about closing tickets. You are the person who are going to be designing detection systems, telemetry, and workflow orchestration. You're going to be telling the agent what works, what does not work. So think about this. Take a look at detection engineering and how much it is becoming more and more important. The third one is, of course, the AI security engineer. The AI security engineer, just like you used to have endpoint engineers or data DLP engineers, people who are looking at agents, antivirus agents, EDR, the AI security engineer. This did not exist a few years back, but now as agentic becomes more and more important, the what do you call the gap between how fast AI is being deployed and how purely it's being secured. This is where your AI security engineer comes in. Your focus is on securing, the AI pipeline, making sure things like prompt injection don't work, memory poisoning. How do you control an MCP? Like a model context protocol. How do you make sure that the agent does not escalate its fix? This is a completely new attack surface, and most companies are just starting to what do you call understand it. You can take a look at the state of AI security report from Cisco, and I believe it said that only 29% of companies feel that they have enough like security controls to jump on the agentic AI bandwagon. So again, a role which is becoming amplified instead of being replaced due to AI. The role four is that of the GRC engineer. As more and more AI is taking over, the governance is also needing to become as much automated as possible to keep up with this whole phase. I've already made a video on this, why GRC engineers will replace analysts. You can just check it out. I think I made it just 2 weeks back. I don't want to repeat myself, but governance, GRC engineers are becoming more and more in demand and hot as AI governance, as AI systems are becoming more and more relevant. So, what is the common pattern across all these roles? If you take a step back and take a look, these are being amplified by AI because they reduce uncertainty. You are shaping systems which gives companies that comfort and help you to make those decisions, not because they just use AI. Everybody say, "Oh, I'm using AI." The cybersecurity professional who will benefit most from AI, they aren't the people who are typing prompts. They are the people who are designing the environments inside which agentic AI will live. So every role you can see on this list, it involves getting closer to decisions, not further from them, closer to accountability, not away from it, and closer to system behavior. That's what I wanted to show you. So this is why I showed you all those reports also, to give you that clarity on where the industry is going, and not just give you this all doom and gloom that AI is coming, it's going to destroy everything. This is one of the most exciting times to be working in cybersecurity, I would say. So, and these are the reports also. This is the trend where the industry is going. Stop thinking about just certifications or workshops. Think about where the industry is going. These are the roles which are emerging, and I hope this helps you out also. If you still need help, check out my industry, my academy also, in which I've tried to keep it updated with more and more courses around these actual skills like GRC engineering, threat modeling, agentic AI, cloud code for cybersecurity. So check that out if that helps you out also. Thank you very much. I hope this video helped you understand where the industry is going. Please do like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.